Hey, it's Trisha of Triumph with Trisha here. So we're back in this setting goals mini series, and today we're talking about change. So why is it so hard? Why is change so hard? Me and my notes, my talking points. It's gonna be really easy or quick, I should say quick. Okay, if you want to create success in your life and achieve, different things that you set out to do, then embracing the change process is necessary. Why is this so hard? I have 6 reasons as to why it's so hard for people to change or accept change. So this is what I believe. I agree with it because I've experienced it and most of the things, and I've seen it, and there's a human nature to people, right? So the first one is discontent. Discontent when you want things to be different. You pretend maybe because you want things to be different, but then you pretend like you're not bothered, but actually you want things to be different, but then you act like you're not really bothered. You stuff it down. Life keeps happening. Life keeps lifing, and then what happens? Eventually you get to a number 2 breaking point. Okay? The breaking point, you can't stand it anymore. You just cannot stand it anymore. I don't even have other things to say. You kind of get to a point where you're like, okay, maybe I should change things because what's happening right now, this is not it. Number 3 is a decision. When you've made the decision to look into changing something, I need to just get my life together, get back on track, whatever it is, immediately this triggers your fear because before you weren't thinking about behaviors or consequences. You just knew that you had gotten to a breaking point and decided you're going to change things. And number 4, the fear. This pops up causing anxiety. You're thinking and actually really thinking about the repercussions of change. What does this mean? What do I have to do? What's going to happen? You weren't thinking about that before, so it wasn't activating any of those feelings, the fear. That's now coming possibly smack you in the face, right? Amnesia comes next a lot of times, number 5. And that happens when the brain says, I don't want to face this, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to do this anymore, so we're just going to forget about it. It's a coping mechanism. Excuse me. Remember I said yesterday I'm finding out something, I think when it's nighttime, because my voice has been good all day. Anyway, when we get to number 6, we're backtracking. Most people go back to what they were doing, or they stick with the thing that they said they wanted to change. They talked about it, but they didn't really end up doing anything. So what happens? You're finding yourself back to unhappy and discontent and all those things up at number 1 all over again. The cycle continues because nothing has actually changed. Nothing is different. So it goes on and on and on, and we can either get to a breaking point where there's actually extreme pain, or this realization that can truly humble you that I went through all this. Maybe I put people through situations that were unnecessary, as opposed to looking at myself and having a truth moment and saying, I don't want to change. I'm not going to do any of these things. I don't want to do it. I never really wanted to change in the first place. I mean, that's impactful. I think it's impactful. I definitely see how it can be. It's something to consider. If you're not actually at the point where you will accept nothing less than what you truly want, if you haven't gotten there yet, then maybe you could consider, why have you allowed for this cycle to continue in your life? Why? Is it because you get some benefit from it? You don't really know what you want. Why? You don't actually want change in the first place. It's okay to be honest with yourself. That's preferred. We should all be honest with ourselves because we can't improve things and change stuff if we're not actually honest in the first place, right? I think the thing, I told you I'm not going to be with you long today. The thing that, because what I just said can sound kind of dreary, the things to think about and meditate on are that good always comes. Your parachute always opens. These are the positive things because ultimately we're working on belief, right? And belief in yourself. Having faith in yourself that you can do, you deserve, right? The good things you have the ability to do. And talking to yourself, saying your affirmations about the things are a good place, a good next place to go. I did hear that example about the parachute always opening. What you can do is write a little list of things that have happened in your life. It could be 5 things. Let's just go with 5 things when you didn't know how you were going to, I don't know, pay a bill, get this car fixed, get this new appliance, take care of something. And then it just worked out. There's a faith component there. And although this is, I'm not saying it as strictly a religious thing. Faith is belief, right? Belief in good, a strong, confident belief, trust, conviction that what we want, that belief in yourself. I don't think I said that very smoothly. Let me try this again. My voice is really trying to go somewhere. Faith is having that confident belief, that trust, that strong conviction. Okay? And we want that for ourselves. And that is something sometimes we really have to practice. Now, it is faith and, on the religious side of things, it is that for me. But that's not the only way faith is used or can be used. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you believe that good always comes and that things always do work out, and if you're going through a situation right now where it's not good, because it's not done. It hasn't finished working out. So you're not done yet, right? And the good is going to happen. The parachute is going to open, and that's something positive. I wanted to put a positive spin on the end of this message because it can be a lot to think about. And sometimes when we do the inner and we're looking at ourselves and asking the questions, sometimes the answers are not totally that nice. They can be hard to accept and to digest, right? So just remember that the parachute always opens. I do hope that you find this message useful. I'm going to go have some tea, and I will speak with you tomorrow.